Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the 8 o'clock update on our tropical systems, and we now actually have another thing in the Central Pacific here. We take a look at the 7-day outlook. We have a disturbance just to the southeast of the Big Island of Hawaii here. We'll cover that and our systems in the Atlantic in this video. So first off, let's take a look at the 7-day graphical update here. And the biggest change with this update is this thing is now up to 40% chance, and this thing is now up to 80% chance. So let's start with our disturbance that's closest to the U.S. So this is in the western Gulf of Mexico. This is Invest 91L. An area of low pressure located over the Bay of Campeche is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms. This disturbance is forecast to drift slowly northward during the next several days while it interacts with the frontal boundary. Environmental conditions are forecast to become more conducive for development, and a tropical depression is likely to form while the system moves generally northward near or along the Gulf Coast of Mexico and Texas through the middle of next week. Interest in the western Gulf of Mexico coast should closely monitor the progress of the system. Formation chance through 48 hours, medium 60%. And then the formation chance through 7 days is high 80%. So overall, the system needs to be watched very carefully here. Now we're jumping over to this disturbance here in the central Atlantic. Once again, all these are as of the 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time tropical weather outlook. So, for the central tropical Atlantic, shower and thunderstorm activity associated with an area of low pressure over the central tropical Atlantic has begun to show signs of organization. Gradual development is possible, and a tropical depression could form while the system meanders over the central tropical Atlantic through Monday and then moves generally westward about 10 miles per hour through the rest of the week. The formation chance through 48 hours low 30%, and the formation chance through 7 days is medium 50%. And now on to this thing, which has recently been upgraded a bit. So, this are the eastern and central tropical Atlantic. Disorganized showers and thunderstorms associated with a trough of low pressure are located several hundred miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. The disturbance is expected to move very little during the next few days until it potentially interacts with a tropical wave that is forecast to move off the west coast of Africa by early Monday. Environmental conditions are expected to be favorable for gradual development of the system, and a tropical depression could form by the middle or late portions of next week. The system is expected to begin moving slowly westward by the end of the week. Then, formation chance through 48 hours low near 0%. The formation chance through 7 days is medium 50, not 50%, medium 40%. So overall, once again, our main focus right now is this system over here in the Bay of Campeche, mainly because it's the closest to hitting the mainland U.S. However, I would not rule out these two systems doing something, especially if they can Fujiwara themselves around each other and absorb themselves into one system. Something we're going to have to watch carefully there. Then in the Eastern Pacific, nothing has really changed with this one since last time. So this offshore of the southwestern Mexico coastline, an area of low pressure is forecast to form during the early to middle part of next week, near or just to the south of the coast of southern or southwestern Mexico. Environmental conditions could support gradual development of the system thereafter, while it moves generally northwestward near the coast of southwestern Mexico. The formation chance through 48 hours low near 0%, The formation chance 7 days is also low 30%. So overall, nothing much here. Now jumping over to the Central Pacific. This has just popped up here. So this is as of once again all in as of the 8 p.m. advisory here. This is approximately 1,100 miles southeast of Hilo, Hawaii here. Near the summer showers and thunderstorms associated with a trough of low pressure are located over 1,000 miles southeast of Hilo, Hawaii. Environmental conditions the environmental conditions are expected to be marginally conducive for some subsequent development of the system as it moves northward over the next several days. Formation chance to 48 hours low near 0%. The formation chance to 7 days is also low at 20%. So overall, not much here. This system in the Central Pacific, but it's something we have to keep our eyes out on. So, now the National Hurricane Center hasn't designated this yet, but this is our system in the Central Pacific, not Central Pacific, Central Atlantic, which is this thing right here. This has unofficially been designated as Invest 92L. And if we take a look at our satellite imagery here, we can see that there is a bit of convection going up on the southeastern side of the system. Now, we're going to have to take a look at the shortwave infrared because obviously it's nighttime over there. But you can see that there is a bit of a swirl here in the atmosphere, the lower levels, it looks like. Low to mid levels here. Right about there. Somewhere in there is where our center is. If we take a look at Dover Rock, here, our long wave infrared, can't really see much here. I have a little bit of swirl there, and then it moves. Take a look at water vapor. So, this is our system right here. You can see to the north of it, all of this up here is very dry air. So the system is fighting dry air to its north, which might hinder it a bit. However, it won't hinder it much. If we take a look at the forecast model, the model intensity guidance here, most models went in the category 3 range. Obviously, we can't get the GFS, all the actual models here, because this hasn't officially been designated in Invest yet. However, we can see by about 84 hours, 80 to 72 hours out, we should be dealing with at least a tropical storm out of the system. But at the same time, this could be nothing. We really just have to wait and see here. Take a look at the GPS models. Most of them have them going north of the islands here. Most of them have them going north of the islands that were decimated by Hurricane Beryl back at the end of June and early July. So the island shouldn't have to worry about this, but I'd pay attention to it just in case. Then the GFS ensembles. See, these are more all over the place, but mostly the track takes it going north of the islands. So at most you'll be dealing with surf issues. That's the main thing you'll be dealing with. Now let's jump over to 91L. Which, if you remember earlier today when I made my video, I put that out earlier, there were two main areas of convection that went up the storm. One over on this side of it and one over on this side. Now, in the recent hours, in the past 6 hours here since I made that video, it has congealed itself into one main convective burst near the center of the system, indicating that it has organized itself quite significantly as well. So again, taking a look at the visible shortwave here. The center's approximately right there, I'd say. We can't really get a good gauge of where it is. But approximately, if I had to guess, it would be somewhere in this general area right here. Actually, I want to go back over to 91L. I want to take a look at the water vapor. So, the area surrounding 91L is much better than the areas surrounding the unofficial 92L. You can see that most of the Gulf is very moist. There's only a couple areas that are dry. This area near the Yucatan, up here north of Cuba and the Dominican, and up here near the Big Bend of Texas. That's really the only areas that have dry air that could hinder the system. That's something we need to note there with 91L. Jumping back over, take a look at the model intensity guidance. And most models still have it peaking at a mid to high end tropical storm. With this system, I believe that is the NNIB model. Taking up, no, that isn't. I don't know what model that is, but this one model has it getting up to Cat 2 strength. And then the NNIC has it reaching about Category 1 strength, which is interesting. Unless it really, like, explodes. I don't think it's going to get up to Cat 1, but you never know. After Beryl, I can't be certain about saying anything. But to end this video off, let's take a look at the forecast models. The GFS. So this is 92. This is 92L. This over here is 91L. This is our wave that's coming off, I believe. So going forward in time, 91L starts getting its act together about 2 days out, and we only can go out 54 hours. So this is going to be a short model review. Then it gets its act together. Same over here with 92L. But with that being said, guys, actually, I'm not done because I completely forgot about the Pacific. Once again, this is going to be very short. It's because we don't have all the models. Once again, better look at 91L. Then nothing really forms over here. And finally, the eastern, not eastern, I just took a look at the eastern. Finally, the central. So this is our area that we're watching here. The southeast of Hawaii. Doesn't really do anything. Maybe a quick 6 hour tropical depression down here. But at the end of the day, that's not really going to do much, and it's going to pass to the south of the islands. So nothing to be concerned about there in the islands. But anyways, guys, I'll do it for me tonight. I'll have another video out probably around the same time my first video came out. I do work another long shift tomorrow, or I guess today when this video comes out. So yeah, with that being said, peace out, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.